Hello everyone. So today I will show you the kettle stitch. So um, first, let's say these are the pages that you want to use for your journal. This one is actually pages, these are watercolor paper, and I do intend on making a book, you know, like a mini book where I have watercolors. So there will be a hardcover probably on this, and it will be bound like a book, and the kettle stitch is perfect for that. This one is kettle stitch, and I made it into a journal, so I really just wanted to have a journal, and I made the kettle stitch. I only added some fabric here, but you can still see here and here. I really love it. I left it to be visible. So if you stay after the after I show you how to do the kettle stitch, I will show you, I do a quick flip through, and if you stick around, I will also give you a trick or two to remember, because we are sewing these together. So whatever you need to do beforehand, you need to remember to do so, and I will explain it to you when I show you the mini journal. But for now, the first step, gather all the pages that you decided would be in your journal. So for me, it's watercolor paper. For you, it might be beautiful papers of all kinds, and you know, different sizes, whatever, however you make your journals, and you put them, you fold them all, you get them ready, and when you're ready, you take your stack of paper like so, and you decide where you want to put your holes to do the sewing. So all you have to do is you take a pencil and your ruler, if you decide to, you know, measure, and or if it's a lot thicker. But in my case, all I had to do was this. See? Easy peasy. Now, if I was to make holes here, all I would do is then take one page after the other, unfold it, and make the hole where I see the dot. And you do that, you know, whether it's 2 or 3 holes. This is 2, oops, I don't know what I did here. This is going to be a 2-hole kettle stitch. I'm guessing it would be the same if I made it with 3. I don't know. I'd have to try. Just erasing the line here. Although it won't show, because this, the way this will be bound, like I said, will have a hard cover. So once everything is done, then you know that your holes are aligned with one another, and then you start. So here we go. So you have your thread. Make sure you have a very, very, very long thread, and the reason is, I'll explain after, but just because I want to show you this. And by the way, you may not know, well, actually you don't know this, I have restarted this video 4 times. This is video number 4. And if it doesn't work, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I keep going out of focus. As soon as I move too much or too quickly, everything becomes a blur. So I will try and be very gentle. So you go through your first hole right here. There's a lot of thread. I apologize in advance. Okay, and you leave yourself a few inches so that you can make a knot afterwards. Okay, so you just, and then you will come out the other side like this, and you make sure that this lays flat and it's not like in a loop like this. You don't want that. Okay, everything is nice and straight and tight. Then you will take your second page and you will go in. Yeah, that's a lot of thread. I might have taken a little too much. I'll just go slow. And I will also hold it around my wrist, because I don't want everything to be tangled up. Okay. And then we will come out like so. Okay, so that's the first step. So far, that's super easy. So I will secure my 2 pages together with simple, regular, let me just switch here. Simple, regular knots. Personally, I'll make 3. Because I want to make sure these pages and everything else that will follow will not come undone. And another one. And there we go. Now we'll cut this. And now we will keep going. So I'm adding the 3rd page. So I go in. And I go out. I'm going to make sure that there's nothing is all tangled up. It happens like right here. That's why you just have to be gentle. There we go. And now, and this is where my camera usually goes out of focus, so I'm going to be very mindful of that. Now you go between the first one and the second one with your needle. Mine's gonna come out the side. Okay. And you will pull. Now that, remember, I have a very long thread, so this might take a little while. I'll explain to you why after. Okay, and you pull and you pull and you pull, and then when you have like just a loop left like this, you pass your needle through it, and then you will keep pulling until everything is nice and tight. Like this. I hope I stayed in focus. Okay, now we will add another page. Okay, so we will go in. I'm just trying to make sure my thread doesn't get all tangled up because I did put a lot. Okay, and then we will come out. And I'm going to make sure that the inside is all nice and flush. See? That's what I meant. Sometimes it will get caught in your pages. That's why you just gotta make sure. Okay, so now that everything is nice and flush, I will do like I did the first time, except this time I will go between those two right here. So like the third and fourth, if you will. Second and third, sorry. It's just the previous ones, really. And then we will pull and pull, and when we have just a loop, just like that, I will put my needle in the loop, get all my thread, and when I'm ready, I will pull until everything is nice and tight. Just like that. And then we will keep going with this one. So just one more in case that when I do the editing or when I look at my video before editing, I realize I was out of focus yet again. Okay, so we go through and we gently pull Like I said, just be mindful that your thread might get all tangled up. So once in a while, just, just make sure like that. That's all. Oh, there you go. Okay. And then we come back out right here. Going to make sure, again. There. Perfect. So now I know that everything is nice and tight. And this time, I'm going to go right between the ones I did before. Oops. Make sure this stays tight. Going to go between those two. My needle is not long enough, so it goes here. That's okay. There we go. And then we pull and we pull and pull until we have just a little loop left, like so. And then I will put my needle through, like so. And I pull until everything is nice and tight. See? One more. One more. So I go through right here. And I pull, 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 and then I come out right here, pull, make sure that everything is straight inside. Yes, it is. And then we'll do the same, but between them two, right here, the one before. Oop. There we go. And we pull. Until I only have a loop. Just want to make sure my loop is where I think it is. And when you only have a loop, you put your needle through and you pull until everything is nice and tight. And that's the kettle stitch. And you just keep going. It's very relaxing. You take your time. And the reason why there's so much thread, especially at the beginning, is because your thread will have the length. Let's say I had chosen to leave even more space between the holes. Well, you're going to have thread here. And you're going to have thread here. And you're going to have thread here. So all this is thread, right? So if you don't give yourself enough, first thing you'll know, you won't be able to finish. You could restart with a new thread by making a knot and keep going, but I kind of want it to be an all one shot. You know what I mean? But if it happens that you didn't leave yourself enough thread, it's not the end of the world. You can just restart on the next page and just make a loop here and attach everything and keep going. So that's how you do the kettle stitch. Now I will put this aside and I will give you a quick tour of the mini journal I made with the kettle stitch, and I'll also explain something to you to be mindful of when you make yours. So this is my mini journal, and I decided to attach a piece of fabric here and there. I really like fabric and metal. And so this is the first page, and the pages flip so beautifully. See how it falls? Look. Super flat. So, I mean, it'll be easy access to write in, collage in, glue things in, super easy. Now here, look at this. This is also a page. So what I mean is, when I created my journal, I decorated and glued whatever it is I wanted to glue. So in this case, It's laminated dried flour and a piece of vellum. So I glued that on the inside, and then I made holes like I did in my other pages, and I sewed it like it was a page of its own. But then once I was done is when I finished and I glued everything shut. So the kettle stitch is inside of this, and this is now a page. So this here is inside of this, and then I glued everything together. Same thing if you want to add an envelope. So if you make your own envelope, don't glue it. Make all the folds, all the cut, and just don't glue it, so that you can sew the bottom of your envelope like a regular page. And once you're done sewing your journal, then you can glue the flaps, and there you go. Your envelope is integrated as a page in your journal. So I will just keep showing you my little journal. A lot of space for writing, a lot of embossed papers with gold. I absolutely love it. And this is a little cameo flip out with dried flowers again. A little side tuck, belly band, sorry. You'll see a lot of these. These are, again, the rub-ons from Paperlogy. I absolutely love them. Here as well. Yeah, I absolutely love those rub-ons. They're a little bit everywhere in my journal. And a lot of space, like I said, for writing. I really wanted to make sure that you have all the space you could. And this is just a mini envelope that I created myself. Like I said, if I wanted it to be a page, I would have not glued the bottom, and I would have sewn right here in the middle inside, so the thread would be inside of this, and then I would have glued my flaps, right? It's super easy. So let me put this back here. And then you can integrate things as pages. You just have to think ahead. Just have to make sure that you're certain of everything before you start sewing. See, another one of those rub-ons. This is specialty paper, again from Paperlogy. I absolutely love it. It's so special. Look at this. Amazing. And just a little side, a corner tuck. And there you go. Tiny little pocket. Again with the gold. I can't help it. I love it so much. These are also papers from Paperlogy. Actually, they're these little paper pads. I use them a lot. They're absolutely lovely. Look at these. Absolutely love them. I also like the texture. I think they're from Paperlogy. I hope I'm not mistaken. I'm fairly certain, but not 100%. I'd have to go look. And yes, I use it here. And here I made a tiny little baby, tiny little paper pad, notepad at the end there. And again, one of those magnificent rub-ons, and this miso string. Again from Paperlogy. I wasn't even trying to talk about them, but I use their product a lot. And there you go. That's my mini journal. So remember to leave yourself enough string, thread. And remember to, if you want to add things like that and make them into a page, sew in the middle and then glue afterwards. And that's it. Take your time, relax. And I think in one of my future videos, I will do a book, the complete book. So with the kettle stitch, and then I will show you how I would transform like this into a real book and show you how to add the inside layers of a book and the hardcover on the outside and make it into a very cute, I think I will make a mini book just for fun. just to show you the whole process. But today's video was about the kettle stitch. I really hope that my camera stayed good with me throughout and that everything is in focus. And I hope you were able to learn. Like every time I leave you, I want to give you a great big hug from here in Nova Scotia, Canada. I hope you learned something. I hope you're all happy, healthy, and safe. And I say thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye. Bye-bye.